Hey guys, Bill Cenatel, the BBZ TV, Plumbers Lodges. We're getting ready, our group is getting ready to go up to the world famous Great Bear Lake up there in the Northwest Territory. And we're going to talk about some equipment. I have a lot of guys always asking every time we come back from the trip, hey Bill, what kind of rods and reels are you guys taking? What kind of equipment? How do you pack? So I'm going to walk through what we do after going up there for 4 times. Which will make it super easy for you guys to make sure that you have the right equipment with you when you go up to Plumbers Lodges, and also that your luggage and everything can get on the plane and get to your final destination. So we're going to talk about rods and reels. The key thing, anglers, when you go to a destination like this, when you're going from big planes, wherever you're, around the world, wherever you're coming from, as you get to Plumbers Lodges, the planes get smaller and smaller. For us going to the Arctic Circle outpost, we finally get on a small float plane and go there. So luggage that is overweight or too long might not make your trip. I know because I've already experienced in the past. So one of the first thing is go out and get yourself a really good rod tube. I have a huge bazooka here. It's the wider 4-inch model, and this adjusts. So if I'm going local to say El Salto or a lake locally, I can extend this up to my 8-foot rods from Akuma for throwing big baits and ocean fishing and everything else. But the really nice thing about this tube can actually compress to right about 5 foot. So you have a better chance of getting your equipment with you to your lake. And the key is taking rods that are travel capabilities. So what we're looking at for Great Bear Lake is you have the opportunity to either fish for lake trout, northern pike, grayling, and char. So what we usually do when we go to the main lake and lodges, we're going to a self-guided part of Plumbers. If you go to the regular lodge, Trophy Lodge, Great Slave Lake, if you go to any of their other lodges, a lot of times they have equipment and stuff for you guys, so it's a lot easier. But since we're by ourselves and we're bringing our own equipment, the key is you want a good rod for trolling. Now, Akuma makes 2 really incredible rods. We're taking them up this year. I have a 9-foot SST, the salmon steelhead trout rod. This is a phenomenal rod. You can use line up to 50-pound braid. It goes to 1 to 6 ounces. So if you're doing a 3-way swivel system, trolling big flat fishes, big spoons, big swim baits, this can support that system. I got it paired up with an Akuma cold water line counter reel this year, and it's set up with 40-pound soft steel braid with a 40-pound top shot of the floral stretch soft steel. Great setup. As you can see, it will go inside the rod tube very easily, and I have extra room when all this is done that I can wrap clothes around it, and I can get more gear with me without going over the weight limits for your baggage. My number 1 rod for trolling is this. Secondly, I like to throw the big spoons and also jigs. So what we're doing is Voyager has a series through Akuma. These are incredible rods. This is one of their boat rod series. It's a little stiff for most anglers for trout fishing, but I short rod when I troll or I'm fishing depths in like 100 foot with big jigs and stuff. I want a little stiffer rod to get a better hookup situation. Pairing it up with an Akuma 350. I have 50-pound soft steel braid on this with a 40-pound top shot of the soft steel floral stretch. Really cool system. It's a 3-piece rod. Like I said, when you break this down and strap, it's going to fit in this box. Awesome. So I have a backup for a backup. So I have a spoon rod for trolling, or my big 3-way system for big crankbaits. And also this year we're coming out with the Akuma is coming out with the Guide Select series big bait rods. They're going to be a 4-piece rod. These things are awesome. This is actually from Mike Bennett over there at Akuma. He's been testing and using these for years. He's got everything from tuna and tarpon on it, big stripers. He's traveled a lot. So this is one of our test rods. This is going to be coming out in the Guide Select series later this year. Again, I have it paired up with an Akuma Komodo with the power handle, 350, and also 50-pound soft steel braid. This is a backup if I want to throw like big tubes, heavy duty drop shotting for those lake trout down deep, or I can also use this for the pike. Then we're going to drop down to a rod that you can fish with lighter baits. You can target pike with it. You can target some of the smaller trout. You can go in the river, catch some char with it. But Voyager has a 4-piece bass rod that's medium heavy. This thing is just dialed in. It's a beautiful lightweight rod. I have this paired up with the Hakai with 50-pound braid, and I'll use a steel wire on this if I'm fishing anything for the big pike. Other than that though, this is just a great setup. This is for fresh salt water anywhere you guys go. These are really cool systems. And the last one in my arsenal this year is going to be our grayling rod. So again, I have a Voyager medium light Kuma 4-piece paired up with the new Samar 1000. I have a 20-pound test braid soft steel with an 8-pound floral stretch on it as a top shot. This rod's bitching. I'm telling you, I mean, you go up to the Sears to fish trout with it. This is going to be incredible for the grayling. This is going to be just a great rod just to have hidden in your truck if you ever see a body of water to go fishing. So the biggest thing, I'm leaving out fly rods. We're not going to do any I'm not going to do any fly fishing. But if you want to do fly fishing, you know, you look at the 4 to 5 powers for the grayling and the small trout. If you go to the big trout and the big pike, you want to start looking at probably a 7, 8, 9 power fly rod with the right reel and line components. So guys, when you're looking at this, check out Akuma. They have great travel rods and they break down into a small enough configuration to where you could either carry them onto the plane with you as a carry-on, or you could actually put them in a rod tube and make to your destination. So this is one part. Make sure you guys check out plummerslodges.com. I'm going to have a 4 or 5 part series breaking down of what we're doing or what I do when I start getting ready to go on a big trip like this. So I want my bases covered. I want to have an enjoyable time. I want to make sure my equipment gets there. So follow us along at the BBZ TV for more information on how to properly pack for Plummer's Lodges for your next bucket list trip. I'm going to throw some other stuff in there, so I hope you guys enjoy it. Just more stuff for food for thought, but I hope you guys follow along with the series and make sure when you have a chance to go to your next bucket list trip, you got to check out Plummer's Lodges. So stay tuned.